everybody, welcome back to Beboss Kitchen, and welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. I'd like to ask you, if you haven't subscribed, how about subscribing to my channel? And if you will, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Leave me a comment. I will reply to you. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. As most of you know who watch me or follow me, I have been really busy. Clayton and he has been building me a new kitchen, converting our car garage into a large kitchen for me. And I've been tied up trying to help him do things that I could help with. So I've not been real productive in making videos. But that's what my absence has been all about. Most of you know that. But anyway, today I am going to try to shoot this video. I am going to make some American Beauty Berry jelly. The American Beauty berries are getting ripe, and I made some last year, but I caught them at the end of the season, and it was very difficult because the berries were mushy, but they're ready to gather, and I'm going to take you outside into my yard and show you some things. We're going to gather the berries, and we're going to get this jelly made. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to come out onto my back porch, and you can see my dog washing station that I got myself, or Clayton and I got for me, to be able to wash our dogs, especially for Maple because she was so large, and then I lost her. So now I only have Molly, the bulldog mix, and then small dogs, but still I will enjoy this. But let's go out into the yard. It is very hot and humid here. The temperature right now is underneath the pergola. It is 82 degrees. You can hear the chickens. One's just laid an egg. I'll walk you over to my bunny pen. This is my bunny pen, which she hasn't gotten up yet. She's still snoozing in. But we're going to walk out now to the beauty berries. These are my persimmon trees. We have 3. There's my little Ursula. I have to really be careful with her out here because we have hawks in the area and they could easily take her away. But that's a persimmon tree. That is a persimmon tree, and this is a persimmon tree. This one had a couple of pieces of fruit, but I see that they're gone. They evidently have fallen off. This one has several persimmons on it. And this tree is a variety that has the larger, rounder persimmon. But they too are very good. They're a Japanese persimmon. But it has only 2 on it this season. This is our olive tree that we planted and has grown tremendously. We planted this, I looked it up the other day. I can't remember now if it was 2 or 3 years ago, but I think it was 2 years ago. And of course, this is the rest of the backyard. That is a pomegranate tree. And then we have the citrus trees farther over, which are loaded again this year with fruit. We have several varieties of citrus trees out here. But because of the cold weather this year, the hard freeze that we had, it killed the blossoms that was on the trees, and so we've got very little fruit on these young trees. This tree is actually a red navel, and I can see 1 orange on it down on the bottom. This is a Rangpur lime, which is an orange meated lime. It always has a tremendous amount of limes on it. This tree is a honey bell or tangelo tree, and again it has no fruit on it. And then this is the little Hamlin orange, which I think basically is a juice orange. I was really hoping to get a lot of fruit off of that this year because it is so sweet and delicious. And here are beauty berries. These purple berries that I always thought were probably poisonous, but they're not. They make the most delicious and pretty jelly. And so we're going to gather these today and try to get our jelly made. I have a bush also of them here. These have not ripened yet. These are not in the sun like the others are, but they're starting to turn, as you can see. Okay, there's my paisley, and there's Pepper, and of course little Ursula. I don't see Daisy. She's probably inside. She doesn't use the doggy door. Ursula does, which frightens me because she can get out without my knowing it. So I have to be very careful to keep that closed where she can't get out if I'm not around. But anyway, here's the beauty berries, and we're going to start gathering these. So let's get started. I have this pan that I put strings on it. And this is what Clayton and I use when we're gathering our blueberries. We can just put it around our neck and have both hands free to pick. So I'm going to start picking these beauty berries, and all I do is just stick my pan under and just kind of roll them off. I always just thought these berries were poisonous. I did not know that they were edible. And you want to gather these before they get mushy ripe, because if you don't, you have so much trash in with them, it's hard to clean them. You can't get it all out. So this is August the 17th, I think. I'm not even sure, but I know it's a little bit over the middle of August. And they're starting to really ripen. So I'm going to get these gathered, and then we will continue on with the next process. I am about to melt down. It is so hot out here. I'm going to gather these couple of pods, and then we're going to have to go back inside. I am extremely, extremely hot. It is so humid here. So it makes the temperature seem hotter than it actually is. I just hate to stop gathering, but we can only eat so much. So I'm going to gather this pod, and then I'm calling it quits. They're really easy to gather. You just kind of run them between your fingers, and they just fall off. Certainly not like picking peas or butter beans. But anyway, I'm stopping. I don't know if you can see, I'm melting down. So we're going to go back inside. But first, I'm going to show you my citrus trees on the other side of the yard. Okay, this is the grapefruit tree. And last year, it was so loaded. And it is doing the same thing again this year. It hangs just in pods. It is amazing how much grapefruit is on this tree. So that just gives you a little glimpse. And these are ruby red grapefruit. They are so sweet and good. This is the satsuma, and it is super loaded with fruit. It's kind of hard to see it in there because the fruit's green and the leaves are all green and everything kind of blends, but you can see it has scads of satsumas on it. These are so good. They're very easy to peel. You don't have to have a knife. The peeling just slips right off. So we should have a bumper crop. The family loves the satsumas. They're very sweet and juicy. And this is the navel orange, which is so good. I juiced a bunch of it last year because we had so many oranges. And so I juiced it and pasteurized it, canned it, and it turned out great. It's really hard to tell, but I think it has a lot of fruit on it as well. You can see here that there's a lot of fruit. And so I'm hoping for a bumper crop of the oranges. And then we are going to move on over to the lemon tree. This lemon tree, it's a Myers lemon, and it is so good, and it is full of fruit, and it has different stages of fruit on it, which was real strange to me. You can see these are relatively small compared to this one. These down in here are larger, but it has a lot of fruit. Now it bloomed, and I think what happened, it bloomed late enough that it didn't kill the blossoms, so it bore the bigger fruit, and then it bloomed again, and it put on this younger fruit. Here's a good example. You can see that large one and that small one. See how in comparison to size? So I don't know, but anyway, there's a lot of lemons on here, which is absolutely wonderful because we love lemonade. And I juice these. My children love lemon. They love to drink lemon in their water. I don't care for that, but I'll drink it in my water with some sugar added. It really makes the best lemonade. And then we have this little lemon tree that has not done anything but try to die when that freeze came. But it survived, and it has, I forget what you call this, this limb that's come up. Anyway, that has to be cut off. I can't think right off the top of my head. I tell you, I've got to where I can't remember anything. But that's not good there, so we'll cut that limb off. And then I will walk you on around. That's the orange tree, satsuma tree that has an oak tree growing up in it that we've got to cut down. This is amazing. It has so much fruit in it. These two trees are pawpaws, and we decided to give our hand a try with these, and I don't know if they will do anything here or not, but anyway, that's what these are, is our pawpaws. And then moving on around, this is the kumquat tree, and last year it had so many kumquats, it was ridiculous, and it has them again this year. You can see that it is loaded with fruit. So that's it for the fruit. And then out there is our chicken pen with our chickens. We have, I think, 29 or 30. So we get an abundance of eggs every day, but we love having that. We share with family and friends. So I'm going to sign off and go inside and dry off because I am soaking wet with sweat, and I will join you back in the kitchen. One other thing I forgot to mention is my palm tree. This is where I get my palm date jelly from, and you can see it is starting to drop dates again. This is the most bountiful palm tree I have ever seen. But anyway, just wanted to share that little bit with you. Okay, I have come back inside. I was so hot out there. My clothes are soaking wet. But anyway, I got a lot of berries gathered, and so now what I need to do is to just clean them up. You want to get all the stems and any kind of trash that you have in it, get it out of it. And then what we will do is take and rinse the berries, wash them, and get them cooking so that we can get the juice out of them. So I just wanted to show you, just kind of pick through them and get like your stems like this off. So I'll do this, and then I will be back and we'll get the berries cooking after we wash them. Okay, I'm gonna measure out my berries and see how many I have and get these washed. I have picked out most of the trash, but when I wash them, I probably will be able to see the rest of what I have, just like this. I don't want that in there. So there's a little tiny leaf, that kind of stuff. I think that will surface when I wash my berries. Okay, that's 4 cups there. And let's see how many more I have. I am so frustrated because I have a food mill. One, it's an old one that you grind up your seeds and stuff, and I cannot find it. I am so frustrated with that. I am getting so bad about putting things away, and then I cannot find where I have put them. Okay, that's 4 more cups. So that's 8 cups of berries. And what I'm probably going to do is to run outside and pick 1 more cup to make it 9 cups for my recipe. So I'm going to run outside and pick another cup, and I will be right back. Okay, you can now see the temperature is about 95 outside. And I picked berries maybe 5 minutes, and I am already almost washed down. But I did get an additional cup. There are lots of ants. I guess they really like these berries too. So I'm going to add these to the ones that I have. That makes 9 cups. And I'm going to take them over to the sink. We'll wash them and get them ready to start cooking. Okay. I'm so frustrated that I can't find that meal so that I could grind up my seeds, but I just don't have a clue what I've done with it. Next year, if I live to make any beauty berry jelly, I think what I will do is break off the stems with the pods on it and bring it inside the house and gather my berries that way, because it is so unbelievably hot outside. These bushes grow wild. They just, and of course these berries, if you don't use them, they fall to the ground, what the birds don't eat, and they make more bushes. So it's not like you're going to deplete your supply by doing that. I actually did that last year because I had waited too late to gather them. They were so ripe. And it was making such a mess when I was trying to pick them off. So I just brought them, broke the limbs and brought them in and gathered my berries that way. And if I'd been thinking today, I would have done that. But I did want to kind of show you the outside. I have a friend that watches my YouTube, and she said, I want you to make another video of your yard. Of course, my yards are, they're needing a lot of work in them. We've not had time to work in them like we should. But all in due time. I can only do so much, as well as Clayton. He can only do so much. And he, bless his heart, he works so hard trying to get everything done and keep things up. But anyway, we'll get it all together, or die and leave it for somebody else. Who knows? Okay. think I have got the most of these, and so I'm going to drain my water out. And then I'll pick up the rest of these berries. Because there's a lot of trash in that. So I think I'm probably going to donate these to my chickens instead of trying to pick through all the garbage. Or trash. It's not garbage, but trash. I think I have enough. And my birds will enjoy those berries. So I'm going to put this strainer full of berries in my chicken bucket. I'm going to get these cooking, and we're going to get this jelly made. So let's move to the next step. Okay, I am going to add 12 cups of water to my pot. So that will be 3 of these, this 4-cup measuring cup, 3 of these. Okay, I'll take this over to the stove, and I will add my 9 cups of washed and stemmed berries to the water. I've turned the heat on high, and I'm going to bring this to a boil, and I'll let it boil for about 20 minutes to cook the juice out of the berries. Okay, this has come to a boil, and so I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes and let them boil for that length of time. Okay, my timer has just gone off. It's been 20 minutes, and so I'm going to set this off of the heat and try to figure out how I'm going to do these berries. So let's bring it over to the island. I'm sure that none of you ever misplace anything, but boy do I ever. I bought this little grinder, this mill, antique mill, just for this, and I've put it away, and I have really put it away. I don't have a clue what I've done with it. I have searched everywhere and I cannot find it. I'll be so happy when I get in my new kitchen and I can take all of my tools and get them in proper places and be able to find things when I need them. That's the problem right now that I'm having, is because my kitchen is so little, there's nowhere to put anything, and so I put it here and put it there and put it everywhere, and then when it gets time to use it, I don't have sense enough to remember where I put it. I can't recall where I put things. But anyway, I'm going to try pouring this up. I don't know. Maybe I can get enough juice like it is. I have set this straining basket in this pot, and I'm just going to pour it in that. And hopefully, I will be able to press these berries. I should be able to do that. Actually, I think I need a smaller pot to do this. And I will transfer that to this pot, and then it won't be sitting down in the juice, and I can just mash my berries. This is working fine. Basically, it's the same principle. I'm just using a spoon instead of the little grinder thing that goes around. So if you don't have the tools, you just have to make do with what you have. And I have the tools, I just don't know where they are. So it's like not having them. And now I want to strain my juice. I think I'll strain it into this pitcher with some cheesecloth just to get all the drugs from the berries out. Do it like this, and I'm going to get a rubber band to hold that down. Oops. This might be a bit of a challenge. Okay. Just like that. And now I'm going to pour my juice through this and strain it. You have to make a little well so that the juice will run down, not run out of your pitcher or whatever you're pouring it into. I think my pitcher is full. Okay, I'm going to transfer my juice to this larger pot, and then I'll strain the rest of it, because I think it is full, and it is. So I'm going to get some clean cheesecloth. Strain this through once again. Okay. Okay, I'll add my juice to this big pot. And I'm going to bring that to a boil. And when it comes to a boil, then I'll add my pectin to this. Now, I will post the recipe below for this jelly. And I'm doing 1.5 recipes. So the equivalent that I'm using is 1.5 times the ingredients that will be on the ingredients list. Okay, my juice has started boiling. And so now I'm going to add 3 packs of pectin to this, and I'll bring it back to a boil. Okay, and now I'm going to add 10.5 cups of sugar. I'm going to stir it and let it get good and dissolved. Bring it back to a hard boil and let it boil for 1 minute, and then it's ready to jar up. Okay, I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute and let this boil. You have to be careful and not let it boil over. Okay, that's 1 minute, so I'll take it off of the heat and we're going to jar it up. The first thing I need to do is to skim this foam off of the top and get rid of that. I think it'd be simpler if I just use my little ladle here and try and scoop that up. This smells really good. Okay, now we're going to ladle up our jelly. I'm going to slide this over just a little bit so that you can see it better. And with my wide mouth funnel, And my ladle. This is so pretty. And I will process this for 10 minutes in a water bath. Clayton came in a little while ago. He'd been at the sawmill today, and it just got too hot. He had to come home. I worry about him going over there, and it's so hot because there's nobody there with him if he were to have something go wrong. But anyway, he came in really wiped out from the heat. I'm telling you, it's unbelievably hot here. We have so much humidity, and that makes the heat index even greater than the actual temperature. It feels hotter than what the temperature shows. I cannot fathom these people that have to work outside in it. I don't know how they do it. My grandson has to work out in it. He works for the telephone company, and he's out in the heat, and it's just a lot. Okay, this will be the one that Clayton and I start eating on because I didn't have enough to complete the jar. So I'll set that aside. He and I will eat from that jar first. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to wipe the mouth of the jars, get anything off that might be on them. Any jelly or any kind of anything. You want it to be clean so that it will seal properly. Okay, and now I will take out my big pot and start heating the water for the water bath. Normally I would have already had that going. While my pot is filling with water, there's a little bit of jelly in the bottom of my pot. And so here is to you, American Beauty Berry Jelly. That is so good. It's kind of has a little bit of a sharpness to it, a little bit of a twang, sort of like plum jelly. It is so good. I hope you'll give it a try. The berries are free. The Lord provided those, and they grow wild. So if you see any of them, be sure to gather you some and make you some jelly. I think you'll be well pleased. Okay, we're just going to set our jars down. You want to completely immerse them in water. And I hope that my pot will hold all of the jars, and I think that it is. So that's great. That is really starting to get hot. Okay. So when this comes to a boil, I will process it for 10 minutes, and then I'll take them up and I'll be through at that point. The timer has just gone off. It's been 10 minutes that this has been in a hot water bath. And so I'm going to take my jelly up, and I'm finished. And I have just walked outside and picked some of the beauty berry stems, so that when I take the pictures of my jelly, I can display it in it. And my thermometer underneath my pergola is 100 degrees. It is so blasted hot. Oh my gosh, it's just almost unbearable. And they're already starting to seal. This jelly is really, really good. I hope if you have access to the American Beauty Berry that you will also give this a try. I don't think you would regret it. It is such a delicious jelly. Tomorrow, Clayton and I are going to head to North Carolina to our cabin for a few days, and we hope and pray that we will find the weather to be just a little bit cooler. Honey, come here. Well, anyway, I wanted him to come in. He's my partner in crime, and
I help keep her cool.
He really does. He pays a tremendous light bill to help keep me cool. But he was just showing me on his phone, and I'm gonna show you this. I just told you it was 100 degrees outside on our thermometer, but take a look at this. That is a heat warning for our area and for Florida. Heat index 105 degrees plus. So I'm telling you, it has wiped me out.
This is very dangerous for the elderly.
Oh honey, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were in such danger.
For those working outside and in attics, please stay hydrated and frequent breaks and stay in the air conditioning. And that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing too.
I was at the saw this morning for a little while and had some issues, so I worked on those, and it was so hot I thought about my chair and this air conditioning, and I did the right thing.
And that won out over that sawmill in the hot weather, right?
Yeah.
He is nobody's fool. His mama didn't raise no dummy.
I told her when we got married that I was a really smart fella.
And I said, I know you are because you asked me to marry you.
She's really smart too because she did marry me.
I did. That was a smart move, really. Oh my goodness. But anyway, tomorrow we're going to head to the mountains, and we are hoping for a little bit cooler weather. I know that it's hot there too, but it's not anything like it is here, I don't believe. So I hope you will give the American Beauty Berry jelly a shot if you have access. This is, I showed you this morning, but this is what it actually looks like. And it grows wild, and they turn purple and when they get ripe. And they're larger too. They fill out. But anyway, give it a try if you will. I'll post the recipe below in the description box. Until the next time, I'm Bebop, and this is...
I'm the guy that just enjoyed one of the best peanut butter and jelly and beauty berry jelly sandwiches that I've had in a long time. I'm Clayton.
So until the next time, may the Lord bless and keep you and your family safe. Until we see each other again, have a great day. Stay cool. Stay safe. We love you, and we'll see you soon in another video. Bye.